who would choose to live in such a dreadful place? Let's just go home and forget this foolishness.
No, it only appears dreadful because of the weather. See?
Well, I don't like it one bit, I tell you.
Yeah, well, you'd like it just fine if we turn out to be Reinhardt heirs, believe you me.
You're being avaricious.
Not quite certain I know what that word means. So I'll have to take your word for it, Mary. Look, can you please go inside and meet our host? I'm also famished. I know. Dreadful.
Hi there. I'm
Reed Chappell, 21 years old, All-American quarterback and supremely gifted athlete. And I presume this is your twin sister, Mary? As gifted in medicine and science as you are in athletics.
Oh, gosh. Looks like you've done your homework, Mr.
Dr. Bela Reinhardt. Surely you didn't think I would entrust my estate and research to just any simpleton off the street now, did you?
Research?
Yes, Mary. Whomever inherits my estate will become the sole beneficiary of my family's notable scientific journals, filled with invaluable knowledge and unparalleled discovery. Priceless for an aspiring young scientist. Come now, you didn't think this was all arranged to decide the next occupant of this dreadful old place?
We'll see it works out then, sis. I'll take the castle, you can have the dusty old books. My apologies, Doctor. I was just teasing.
My next guest. Conrad Sullivan, age 26. Premier antiquarian, regarded top in your field for authentication and exposing counterfeits.
Yeah. Well, thanks. Can I come in now? It's raining bananas out here.
Of course. Barlow, take Mr. Sullivan's things to his chambers.
Please. Call me Sully. Nice place you got here, Doc. And you must be the competition. Conrad Sullivan, at your service.
I'm Reed Chappell. This is my sister, Mary.
Pleased to meet you, Reed. Sister, you say, eh? Well, that's good news if I ever heard it. Charmed.
We await my final two guests. Then you will be shown to your rooms.
Thanks.
Elmira Cray, age 25, former...
Hey, cool it, mister. I'm not on an auction block, and they don't need to know the goods.
No need to take it personal. It's just his way of saying hello. This is mine.
I may prefer his. But I didn't catch your name.
Reed Chappell.
And I'm Mary.
Of course you are, dear.
Barlow.
Leopold, you mindless savage! You dropped that schluck, I'll have you skinned alive!
Well, have at it, Doc.
Archibald Whitlock, world-famous hunter and philanthropist.
An insufferably abridged accreditation of my recent accomplishments. Doctor, would you have your manservant take my footmen to my chambers so they may prepare it for my stay, then have them shown to the servants' quarters, providing, of course, there is available space? If not, the stables will suffice.
We can accommodate your men more comfortably than that, Mr. Whitlock. Although I did not anticipate you would have company. We have ample room.
You were going to let poor Leopold sleep with the horses.
His name is actually Kokumo. I simply call him Leopold because it is less abrasive to the ear and better suited for polite society. And horses are noble creatures which serve man superlatively, which is more than I could say about Leopold. Good enough for a horse, good enough for a footman.
What do you call the other three?
I don't. I address Leopold and he translates it into whatever gibberish they babble. Though they all do seem to have a basic grasp of the English language, their deficiencies in etiquette are more than compensated by their skills in the wild. You will find no better hunting companions.
What would you do if something happened to Leopold? What would you name his successor?
I don't know. I suppose I'd call him Leopold as well.
If you are all ready, I will show you to your rooms. Barlow will notify you when it is time for supper.
Come, Azrael. I shall call you Azrael because the name Reed displeases me.
Keen senses and heightened perception are just a few of the attributes that make me a master gamesman. You would do well to remember that.
I ask that you restrict your stay to your quarters unless accompanied by myself or Barlow. A guided tour can be arranged should you wish. But please do not wander the grounds without escort. If you must interact, you can visit each other's rooms, but limit your travels to this floor. Thank you.
Thank you for your hospitality, Doctor. Not the last of it, then. Excuse me, Doctor. Looks good. Looks very good. Very well. I should have no further use for you until tomorrow. You're dismissed. Rest easy. Good night, all.
Barlow, show these gentlemen to the rooms and see to it they have something to eat. Mr. Chappell, this is your room. Miss Chappell, your room will be across from his.
Miss Chapel?
Oh, yes. Reed is my brother, not my husband. Don't worry.
I wasn't worried, honey. That never makes a difference.
Mr. Sullivan, your room is at the end of the hall.
Please, Mr. Sullivan was my father. Call me Connie. No, wait, Connie was my mother. Call me Sully.
Miss Cray, your room is here. Should you need anything before supper, Barlow will be on call.
Thank you, Dr. Reinhardt.
Yes, thank you, Doctor. You know, it's customary for someone to knock.
Knocking attracts attention. And I'm particular about whose attention I like to attract.
You sure are forward.
I find indecisiveness and bashfulness to be weak. And I don't have time to be weak.
Sounds like you and Whitlock may have a lot to talk about.
Whitlock is a fool. Though your sister seems smitten with him.
Well, clearly you don't know my sister.
So what is your claim to this estate?
Truthfully, I don't know. See, Mary and I had received an invitation for an all-expense-paid trip to evaluate our potential entitlement. Mary had initially refused to come, finding the whole affair somewhat dubious, but I had convinced her to take a chance. What about you? What's your claim?
That's none of your business. So do any of your relatives or ancestors have the name of Reinhardt?
Yeah, this is starting to feel much more like an interrogation than a conversation. Conversations usually consist of two people exchanging. No. My mother's quite certain that there's no mention of Reinhardt anywhere in our family history.
And your father?
My father died before Mary and I were born.
Interesting.
Yes. Well, I'm glad that you find that interesting.
Oh, right, sorry. So, your mother is sure that your father's side has no Reinhardt blood?
Well, that was the carrot that I used to get Mary to accompany me. See, my mother was always very vague in her descriptions concerning my father, and on occasion I would catch these inconsistencies in her accounts about him. So it seemed particularly curious that she'd asserted with such confidence that there was no connection between my father and the Reinhardts.
Enter. Why are you not in your quarters? Well, out with it, man. Very well. What is so urgent that you disturb me?
The men have found tracks.
You should know better than to poach game on our host land. Have you or any of your men? What then? I grow impatient.
We have never seen these tracks before.
Nonsense. You, above all, should know better. The rain obviously distorted the prints. Either way, I hardly see why you would make a nuisance of yourself over such a trivial matter.
It is on dry land, covered ground. We find dry blood, and someone tried to clean. But we still find, if one drop of blood, we find.
I will give you that. You could shame a hound in that contest. Still, there isn't a beast I haven't slain or captured. If it is capable of leaving a track, then I will dominate it. I know. He's been watching since you entered.
Very well, then. I will look at your mysterious tracks after supper, at which time I will likely deduce them to be those of the resident sheepdog. I will find this beast and then offer him your position, so I may retain more intelligent company.
Ghastly bastard.
No need for alarm. That's just one of those customary knocks I was telling you about earlier.
Reed, I don't like it here one bit. I've given it a chance and I want to go home.
And never find the truth about your mysterious father. I suppose your mother would be relieved to hear about that.
What is she doing here? And why are you talking family business with her? It seems you found a preferable companion for this eccentric exhibition of the good doctors, and I find no reason why I should suffer any longer.
Get a hold of yourself. You're being melodramatic.
You see no good reason. I think you see a perfectly good reason right down the hall.
I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, Myra's got the nutty idea that you're soft on Whitlock. Whitlock, the guy's a creep.
Sure is, but he's a creep with keen senses and a low tolerance for criticism, so I'd keep it down. What's with the folks around here having a guy stand around like an idiot before inviting him in?
I'm sorry. Please, come in.
Oh, books!
You know, maybe you should go home. You're obviously not feeling well if you're going to get all dreamy-eyed over a guy like Whitlock.
Whitlock? The guy's a creep!
Who said anything about being dreamy-eyed? I just think it's refreshing to share the company of a man who carries himself with dignity and sophistication. That's all.
I told you she had a thing for the buffoon.
Buffoon. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Buffoon. He's a big, bullying, brutish buffoon.
Archibald Whitlock is no buffoon. He is well accomplished and self-aware, which is more than I can say for any of you, thank you very much. He's smart, obviously strong. You two boys could do worse if you were looking for a role model.
Tell that to Kakumo. Reinhardt sure has an eye for art. Ooh. Al-Azarid's alchemy of transmutation? There's no record of this having been translated to German. Unbelievable. I'm going to make a note about this to my colleagues. They'll never believe me. The binding appears leather. Reed, come take a look at this.
What is it?
There's a neat trick of the trade used to authenticate and date parchment. Take a look at the imprint on the bottom of the book. Now look at the notes I've made on the book's condition. Interesting, no?
Sure is.
Well, I'll be getting back to my room. I was just curious if the amenities and decor in your room were the same as mine. And they are.
Looks like Mary may have had the right of it. This is unsettling.
Lucky I'm in the business of scrutinizing art, or I may not have noticed the one in my room either. He must be watching all of us.
Why, that low-down snake in the grass. I'm gonna ring his bell peeping on the girl.
Shh, keep it down. Let him think we're none the wiser, see? Maybe Reinhardt's testing us to see what we're like in a candid environment. You know, to see who he deems worthy for the inheritance.
Oh, well, if he thinks he's gonna make a peep show of my sister at any price, he's got another thing coming. Why, of all the wrong things...
Look, I understand getting mad about this. I am too. But we need to play this smart.
Yes. What do you say?
Well, Elmira clearly has no problem staying in your room tonight. If you can get Mary to stay in my room... Cool it, will you? I didn't mean anything by it, honestly. The only other thing I can think of is to have her cover the picture in her room with a sheet or something.
Right.
Have her pretend it gives her the creeps.
I'm sorry. It's just a little out of sorts. It's a fine idea.
Which one, Mary staying with me or the sheet? So would you just stood there and watched him wallop me?
I trust you found your accommodations satisfactory?
Yeah, Doc. I can't believe your library. You have books on your shelves that collectors believe no longer exist. And their condition is extraordinary considering their age. For a reasonable commission, I would gladly broker a sale.
Mary, I see you have not touched your meat. Is it not to your liking?
It's just so rare and so very bloody.
As meat should be.
I can have another prepared to your taste. Perhaps something more appetizing?
Oh, no thank you, Doctor. I'm actually not very hungry. The soup and salad were delectable. These utensils, Doctor, what are they made of?
Bone. Remarkable craftsmanship, I might add.
A gift from Barlow. Whittling is a hobby of his.
So tell me, Doctor, by what criteria are you basing the selection of your heir? Clearly, I have little in common with your other guests, save perhaps Miss Chapel.
Oh, brother. Well, you only had one exchange with the girl, and it was to disagree on the way to serve meat.
Well, Sully, I do not base my personal compatibility on culinary preference. There are many things one should consider. Breeding, for example.
Each of you are extraordinarily gifted young people, uncannily perceptive, a remarkable eye for detail, amazing physical ability, incredible intellect.
Yes, I possess all of those traits, but I still fail to see why you brought me here.
Yeah, Doc. What's the rub? Why us?
As I was saying, you are all very special in your own way. As a scientist, I'm curious to see just how special you are.
A competition of sorts, then.
Of sorts. My heir will be chosen by the process of elimination.
Excellent. Name your contest and state your rules, good sir.
Tomorrow night, the contest will be revealed. Tonight, I suggest that you all make yourselves comfortable and rest well. Now, if you will pardon me, I shall retire for the evening.
Surely you'd have no objections of me checking on my footmen.
Very well. Barlow will show you the way.
Appreciated, but unnecessary. I once tracked a leal, the great albino lion, across the entire continent of Africa, all the way to her elusive traveling den. I suspect I could find the servants' quarters.
How hard could that have been? You'd think an albino lion would be easy to spot, no?
Besides, if not Barlow, who other would tend to the guests should they need anything in their chambers?
Fine. Please return to your chambers once you've concluded your business with your men.
Certainly.
Barlow! Barlow, my coat!
Good night. To all of you, I will see you in the morning.
So have you figured out how you want to handle the rooms?
What do you mean, handle the rooms?
He means, what are we going to do about being spied on? The paintings in the room have eyes, though they're not always brushed on.
Jeez, you don't have to go announcing it for all to hear.
What will they think when we start to cover their wall decor?
Wait, are you saying that? And when were you going to tell me, Reed?
Tonight, I swear. Just wanted a plan of action before I told you because I knew you'd fly off into a panic.
But you felt it important enough to tell her.
No one had to tell me anything, darling. I noticed within 5 minutes of entering my room. You may have too, but I suppose it's hard to notice with your nose always buried in a book.
Look, don't feel bad. I didn't notice at first either. Conrad had to point it out to me too.
Probably because you had your nose buried somewhere too.
All right, ladies, put the claws away. We've got bigger fish to fry. Now, old Bela certainly didn't like Whitlock outsmarting him into granting him permission to go outside. But why? Reinhardt invited us here. He would have had plenty of time to prepare this place, to put away anything he didn't want us to get into. Instead, he keeps us wrangled and cooped on the second floor under the watchful eye of that Barlow character.
But he didn't plan on Whitlock's merry men, remember? Doc Reinhardt said that he didn't anticipate Whitlock to have company. There would be no reason for us to go out to the servants' quarters, and why would we want to in this rain?
Reed, I'm frightened.
We'll be safe for the night, as long as we stay in our rooms.
Oh, what would you know about it?
If he just wanted to harm us, he would have no reason to invite us here on the same night. He could have had us over one by one. Clearly, though, he has plans for us tomorrow.
This is where the track was.
This way.
Have a good night, buddy.
Yes, you too.
What creature is this?
I don't know.
Barlow?
My brother cursed to 4. My son cursed on 2. My brother cursed no more. Beware, lest the curse mark you. Your blood calls to me, as it does to your siblings. But I am stronger in yours.
I'm sorry, I have no siblings.
You know now that to be false. Their blood calls to you, but you are the only one to hear it. That is why you feel at home. That is why you are not afraid.
You are my grandmother. We are the Reinhardts.
Reinhardt. What a foolish name. Bela took that name when he went away to study medicine. Bela. I named him after my brother. He was a good man. A good man with a torturous tale. A wealthy baroness helped us to flee from Europe. She sent us to America to meet with her cousin, Peter. We fell in love and were married. Soon we were blessed with, or should I say, cursed with Bill. But it was his father's name that he would change. It was that name that would haunt him through his profession. His name is Ben Frankenstein. He is quite proud of being a Frankenstein and resents having to hide his true identity from his peers. He takes much after his father's side of the family. He is a man of science. He thinks everything can be explained under a microscope in a laboratory. He discounts my gifts. And yours. Quick, there is little time. Behind the painting. Hurry. Hide it, quickly. It is the only silver in the house, besides that morbid keepsake.
I heard you say something before I came in. Something about your brother, cursed to 4.
Even a man who is pure of heart.
Enough, Mother. My guests do not need to be subjected to your superstitious fantasies. Elmira, I'm sorry Barlow was not available when you needed him, but I assure you, he will be right outside your door the remainder of the night. Should you need him, of course.
Thank you, Doctor.
Do not limit your potential to the little that outsiders would understand. Bear would do wise to embrace both sides of his ancestry.
It was very nice to meet you.
Vadoma, child. My name is Vadoma.
Are you all right, sis? What happened?
I suspect she took a fright from that portrait's all too realistic eyes. I have a similar piece hanging in my room. I assume we all do. She must have tried covering it with that sheet and fallen from that chair when she saw the peeper.
You knew about the paintings?
Of course. Often the difference between predator and prey is who spots whom first.
Are you all right, Mary? We heard you scream from the stairwell.
If she's not all right, you know damn well you watched her take the spill while you were peeping behind that painting. Oh, don't bother with the charade, Reinhardt. We're not buying it.
I assure you it was not me looking in on you. I never liked these distasteful things. I meant to have them burned and the walls mortared.
Yeah, nice try, mister.
If my word will not suffice, ask Elmira. I was retrieving her from restricted quarters when Mary screamed.
Well, you meant Barlow, then.
It was not Barlow. Of that, I'm just as certain.
How can you be so sure? You even said he was preoccupied when I left. Has anyone seen him since?
Oh, there, cub. If he is to blame, you will have your pound of flesh, I assure you. But let us learn the truth of it first. Shall we?
Barlow, have you looked through any of the paintings in our rooms?
It was not Barlow.
Why, because he said so?
Because I said so.
My deepest apologies. I will have Barlow cover all the paintings in your rooms.
Don't bother. We're leaving.
You are free to try, of course, but the roads are undoubtedly flooded.
You were about the grounds. What is your assessment?
Rain has worsened since our arrival, and the roads were treacherous enough coming here. It would seem wisest to wait until the storm subsides.
He's right, Reed. It was pretty bad out there. I'll be fine.
I'm very sorry, Mary. This is truly unacceptable. I will have Barlow retrieve some books from my personal library in case you find yourself restless.
Thank you, Dr. Reinhardt.
Well, I believe we've all had enough excitement for the evening. Good night. Barlow, see to the paintings.
Sleep well, all. I shall be in earshot should you require any assistance.
I don't think Barlow likes Archibald. To be clear, there's still no closure as to who the peeper is, am I right? Or am I missing something? Am I the only one still concerned about that?
Dr. Frank Reinhardt knows who it is, and he does not seem happy about it, whoever it is.
It's Bela Reinhardt, not Frank Reinhardt. For your sake, I hope this contest isn't a challenge of memory.
One can only hope. Good night. Good night, Sully.
Hey, wait up. I'll see you to your door. Good night, Mary.
Good night, Sully.
All right. You know something. Out with it, sister.
Not here. Come with me.
That Barlow sure gets around.
Tell me about your father.
No.
At least your mother didn't lie to you about him.
I don't know what you're talking about.
She was attacked.
You don't know what you're talking about either.
To know the truth about your present, you must accept the truth about your past. She was attacked, and probably left with terrible scars.
Quit the cracks about my mother. You don't know her.
But I know your father. He left your mother near death, strips of flesh torn away, with a story so unbelievable she dare not repeat it, fearful of being carried away to the crazy house.
She made the mistake of repeating it all right. And sure enough, she was institutionalized. And rightfully so. Her story was madness.
It was true.
Wait. You said you know my father.
Yes. And he's my father, too. He left my mother as he did yours. Shredded skin, grotesquely disfigured. She even lost an eye, though she did keep the details of the attack to herself.
I'm sorry. That means we're...
I believe we are all siblings.
Even Whitlock?
I'm afraid so.
That means you and Reed were...
I just wanted information, and he was the easiest mark. I think that he and Mary may have been adopted. When he spoke about his mother, he was at peace describing her, but admitted that she was not forthcoming about his father. He said she provided him inconsistent details, which ultimately made him all the more suspicious.
Well, while sharing notes, there's something you should know. Looking through Bela's collection, there's no reference to the name Reinhardt. It's odd. I keep encountering the same family crest.
Frankenstein.
Then you've seen it too.
I found our grandmother in the chambers above. She told me the truth about our family. Reinhardt is just an alias our father used to pursue his research to escape the stigma of our family name.
And it's true. We are the children of Frankenstein. Have you told anyone?
No. And I do not think Father realizes that I know either. Though he did seem very upset to find me speaking to grandmother.
Father? Grandmother? How can you call them that? Father is a monster. An animal that I plan on skinning after what he did to my mother.
We do not know the circumstances.
The circumstances? Oh, I understand them just fine. A psychopath attacks a bunch of women and invites his illegitimate offspring to his house for his perverse amusement.
Please, do not act tonight. Sleep on it, and we'll start with a fresh perspective tomorrow.
Good night, sis. I look forward to catching up.
Enter. Barlow, I don't like you. And I know you don't like me. That is fine. However, after I win Dr. Reinhardt's competition and eventually become the master of this house, you will learn to conceal your feelings, should you wish to retain your position here. Understood? Good. Good night, Barlow. At your leisure, of course, sir.
Who is it? Thank you. Oh, good morning, Reed.
Well, I thought you would have been packed and ready to go by now.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what? No, Reed. Perhaps we should stay and hear what Dr. Reinhardt proposes.
Mary, the guy is a creep. If it wasn't him spying on us and it wasn't Barlow, who then?
I don't know, Reed. Why don't you ask him?
And we didn't. He lied to our face. How can he not know who's in his own castle and be that calm about it? You've been up all night reading.
Yes.
That explains why your brain isn't working properly.
Reed, you're the one who wanted to come here in the first place. If anyone should have a reason to go, it's me. And I'm saying we should stay.
You're impossible.
Come in.
Mary, please sit. I know why we were chosen to come here.
Oh, and why is that?
Mary, your mother, was she attacked? I mean, was she left with any scars or disfigurement?
Attacked? Disfigured? What sort of foolish questions are those? If you think this sort of thing is funny, then you're demented. Please leave.
Mary, Reed said that there were discrepancies in your mother's recollections about your father. Is it possible that the two of you were adopted?
I said, please leave.
Zungawi, Uga Buga, Maxawana, Zambunga, Bwana Bwana, Watawana,
Miyogi, Umbara, Kumjuju, Kamonak.
Kawabanga, Ungawa.
What are these two jabbering on about?
They find more track.
Yes, I can see that.
Number one, think he know what make track. Number two, he no believe.
Well, enlighten me, Leopold. What animal does number one think he identified that Archibald Whitlock could not?
He say track 1 month old.
That would be correct, yes.
He say it walk on 2 foot.
It would appear that way. But there is no bipedal creature that has pads of that size, nor claws of that length. If dire wolves weren't extinct, that would be my guess.
He say it is werewolf.
Well, then what are we waiting for? Mount up my Pegasus and let me hunt this beast from the sky. Tell that silly bastard he's made my day. Full marks for everyone. Werewolf.
I must say, Doctor, I cannot believe the theories essayed in the journals you provided me.
Doctor, something puzzles me. I have found tracks about your estate, the likes of which I have never seen before. Do you have any exotic game around here?
Game? It must be difficult for you, Mr. Whitlock. The more species you dominate, the less interest the wild holds for you. But have you really proven yourself superior? Hiding in the bushes with your high-powered rifles, laying in wait for unsuspecting prey, in many ways, is like a murderer awaiting his next victim. Perhaps if you were to revisit your game without your footmen, without your rifles, you will satisfy the urge to prove to yourself you're as great a hunter as you claim.
I hunt large game as well as small, Doctor. And as far as my men, I have retained them for manual labor and menial tasks. I have hunted wild boar with nothing more than a bowie knife and the ability to blend into a beast's-own environment, undetected, hiding in the bushes, as you would say, is a feat unto itself. I will make no apologies for the advantages that I am afforded due to my position on the food chain.
Then you respect your place on the food chain.
Of course I do. Though admittedly, it is easier to do so when you're on top.
How true.
Archibald, was your father a hunter?
I've always assumed so, yes. Though the truth is, I never met him. Unfortunately, even as a child, I'm afraid I proved too fierce. My mother died during labor. It was amazing she lived long enough to birth me.
Oh.
She was found on the outskirts of Leopold's village. She had been badly mauled. They had never identified the claw marks, and oddly enough, there were no bite marks either. Her jaw had been torn off, as were her arms. She was never able to communicate what had happened, and they said even if she could, she probably wasn't of sound mind anymore anyway.
I'm sorry, Archibald.
That's terrible.
So, Doc. You, ever been to Leopold's village?
Reed?
Yeah.
I meant to tell you, but I didn't want to believe it.
What are you talking about?
I thought if I didn't say it aloud, it wouldn't be true.
Didn't say what?
I found the papers 3 years ago when Mom was sick. I was tidying the house. She didn't know I found them. I didn't want to believe it. I should have told you. We were adopted.
You're still bats from staying up all night reading those science fiction books you got from Reinhardt.
We are Frankenstein! And tonight, you are all part of my greatest experiment. To see if your gifts and your skills are a result of my blood running through your veins. If the moon intensifies your abilities and sharpens your survival instincts. Or if my mother is right, and it is not a biological mutation transferable by blood, but a curse. In which case, I hope you still respect your place on the food chain!
Barlow, open up. Take that stupid grin off your face. Open up, please.
Locked below, the abandoned experiment may be your salvation. Unleash the wrath and the fury of your family's creation.
Riddles? Who else is in there?
We gotta get to the vehicles.
Barlow stole ignition.
Kokumo, you are the best of men, and I will honor your memory when I mount this monster's head on my wall.
Where did you get that?
This isn't the key to this lock. This door is barred from the other side. There isn't even a keyhole.
Father was a madman. For over 20 years he hid the family shame, locked behind the family name.
What's with all the rhyming?
Locked behind the family name. Lock!
Let go of me! Why'd you cover my gomez?
Please uncover my paintings! Barlow!
Congratulations, granddaughter. You've survived the night and claimed your birthright, just as my sweet Fadoma had foreseen. In flesh and in dream he tries to procure invitation. He'll approach the new mistress to reunite with grandfather's creation.
You know, the saddest part is, Archibald never got to reprimand Leopold for leaving the door open. So congratulations.
For what?
Grandpa was right. You won. This is all yours. I wonder if it comes with bar, though.
All I want is to get you to a doctor.
I think there's one in the basement.
Will you be serious for a second? We need to get you help.
Hey, buddy. If you're waiting for an invitation, you'll be out there all night. They don't quite grasp that whole concept around here.
He's dying. Is there anything you can do?
Not from out here, I'm afraid, my dear.
Of course. Come in.
I have business with your father. I believe he's with an old friend as we speak. Please wait for me in the tower with your grandmother. We have much to discuss. Gentlemen,
Life is short, but death is long.